And we're live.
In the yard today, I returned to my paramotor, and I'm getting a different one. But the guy that came to get it from my house was also a paramotor pilot, and we were like talking about runways and where we take off and what we do. And I like it. I took my trash out today, which involves like loading up the golf cart thing.
Wait a minute. When you were talking about runways and stuff, were you like, well, I just take off from the Woodworth estate?
No, so he was
familiar.
He came to my garage.
Where's that? Is that like a municipal?
He was looking. He was here. He came here. So so he's like, wouldn't you take off here? And I was like, so far I've taken off from here, here, and here, and this is how I do it and why. And I don't want to bury people in paramotor talk, but I don't know. I'm really happy to be here.
Hey, you have access to your address thing to change it on Google because it's a map. You should make it like Woodworth International Airport or something like that. You know?
Yeah.
Someone made it something already.
Fly into international water. You know?
So I don't know if you saw that news story, but I guess this woman was training for the World Championships of paragliding, and she got sucked up into a thunderstorm. Not just like an updraft, but she got sucked up into a thunderstorm, ascending at over 20 meters per second.
Crazy.
Which is incredibly fast to be ascending.
Like falling upward. Yeah.
She goes up to over 30,000 feet, which is where the jetliners are. It's negative 40 degrees up there. She's covered in ice, unconscious from lack of oxygen. But before that happens, she's up in the thundercloud with the lightning bolts being thrown around she said like a leaf in the wind, like completely out of control, like weightless.
2 people got sucked up that day.
Yeah. The other guy died.
Mm-hmm.
She, however,
broke a record for highest flight ever.
Yeah,
that's an example of
that's gonna be a real sad induction ceremony, right? And the new winner for highest flight ever, like pin that one on there. And Jerry's dead. Let's not forget that in memoriam of Jerry.
She had
memoriam of Jerry.
So there's something called a vario that paragliders use, and it tells them their altitude and sort of tracks their flight. It's like a 3-dimensional GPS. So even though she was unconscious, this thing was recording the whole time. And that's why they know like exactly what happened to her while she was sleeping.
She descended at one point at 30 meters per second.
Her wing iced over.
That's well over 100 feet per second, which is easier for my brain because of firearms and paintball and arrows and stuff. Mm-hmm. That's very freaking fast. A paintball gun is shooting at 280 feet per second. I think that's something that a lot of people can relate to. A compound bow, if you're into archery, a little over 300 feet per second, depending on the bow. That's really fast. She's at a third of that, and it's just her. It's just her body. That's how fast.
Her wing must have been like in a straight, like just like a handkerchief or something attached to a piece of string as she dropped down, and then it got a little less icy, and it just reinflated like a parachute would, And
she wakes up at like 7,000 feet or something, 9,000 feet or something, and she's just like, "Oh, I'm alive. I didn't expect that." Because she thought she was gonna die. It's interesting, I bet if she had woken up on the ground and we had like hurriedly put her in some sort of scenario, we could totally have made her think it was the afterlife. We get a bunch of guys to dress up like Jesus fucking Christ, like you dress up as Saint Peter,
like Satan,
early gates, the whole thing.
Do it better. Might as well be Satan.
That's where I was going with this.
You are too reckless with the life God gave you.
Oh, just go real hard on the oh my God, we got you on so many offenses: shellfish, mixed cotton and polyester, premarital sex. You're so fucked. Like
God comes down. If I had wanted you to fly, I would have given you wings. To hell with the rest of the aviators. That would be great.
Yeah, when she landed, she still needed help. Like she was hypothermic and not really with it. Like she didn't get up and walk.
You could have made her believe this.
Yeah, they had to rescue her even after she landed. It wasn't a good scene for her. And another guy died. I think he was struck by lightning in the air. I'm not positive about that part though.
I wonder what effect that has on you because you're not grounded up there. You're just so it would be somewhat different, I would imagine, than getting hit by lightning when you're on the ground. I see those scars and the injuries that people get from that, and oftentimes it's where they're grounded at. You see like a hole blown through their heel and through their sneaker and into the ground as it's grounded.
I see like there's a particular kind of scar, like all their capillaries or something were lit up. I don't know what's happening exactly there, but it's like
that. It looks lightning bolt running through their body though, like the light. It looked like the electricity like going in different directions, following
cool
something,
scar.
burning scars. Yeah, it's a cool scar, but not one you want to earn.
No.
But
at the same time, like it's one of those scars that you get that it happens instantly, and if you don't die, you already got it. Like. you got it and you're gonna look cool. Apparently they fade though, and so you'll only be cool for like the next couple summers. Have to spend a lot of time at the beach and get those pictures to have later in life. You can show people your lightning story.
I just watched a video of a lady on Live Leak getting hit by lightning. She's just walking with an umbrella and boom, and I assume she was dead because I didn't want to watch anymore. It always makes me think back to, you ever see The Great Outdoors with John Candy and Dan Aykroyd?
Yep.
They're at the bar and there's this guy and he's like, yeah, that's old Fred. He got hit by lightning. And really? How many times? He goes, six. He goes, 6 times. That's 66 times. He's just fucked up. He's just all shaky. And he gets hit like the 67th time before the movie's over. If you want to see that's a great old school comedy, The Great Outdoors.
It's a little silly to me. I wonder if adult Kyle watched it, if you'd think it was
Oh, man, I watched it last year. The raccoons are out there. The raccoons are talking to each other about the fat one, and they're eating the lobster, and they're teamworking that, and the bear runs up.